Yeah, a little while, buddy Kirk and I are going to try to see if I can try and. I don't know how this.
Oh, your connection's all fuzzy. What's up? Connection's fouled up. Hold on. Yeah, I can hear you. You're lagging. There we go. I can hear you. It seems like you're lagged a little bit. There we go. What the hell? All right, do you get a good connection at your house?
What's that?
There we go. The connection was lagging up on your end.
Yeah, let me try to go back into.
Doot, doot. I didn't know if it was my connection or not.
It's much better now.
Better now. I didn't know if it was me or not. We got a storm here, so I didn't know if it was knocking my connection up. Can you hear
Let
me
me
all
go be
right?
seated. Oh yeah, I have got a good connection on my side.
All right, cool. Is my connection fucked up?
All right, so on my
Can you
end,
hear
I'm
me?
hearing a little echo. So
Echo. Hold on, let me see something. What about now?
and I turned down my volume. Hopefully that makes a difference.
What about now?
Talk testing testing.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, man, I can hear you.
I don't hear any echo.
You don't hear an echo on your side?
Mm-mm. Nope.
Okay.
You think it's your computer?
No, I'm probably just hearing myself through your phone.
Well, how do I get it to stop?
I am not the tech savvy guy. I could not even begin to tell you.
Interesting. I don't know, man. I don't hear it. I don't know. I don't know how to fix it. What's good, brother?
Yeah, because you're not. I'm not hearing that echo on my end, but
I don't hear anything on my end except you talking. I don't hear no echo.
hopefully, when we post the video, it's not going to be so bad.
Yeah.
But If it is, yeah, I'm gonna have to delete it.
I understand.
But
Trying to think how to
there's
fix
a
it.
there's a situation that came up, and and tell me if I'm wrong about this. So you kind of think about history, right? And you think about guys like Abraham Lincoln,
Yeah.
the most beloved president in U.S. history, arguably the greatest president of all time, a Republican, assassinated.
Right.
William McKinley, President of the United States, Republican, assassinated. Ronald Reagan, popular and beloved actor, and even a beloved president, Republican, assassination attempt. Donald Trump, Republican, assassination attempt. Yeah, you got guys like John F. Kennedy. I think he was a Democrat, but at the same time, you didn't see Republicans going after the Kennedy. It was his own people that took him out, and they took him out because of Marilyn Monroe and some of his politics and stuff. So I just find it kind of increasingly frustrating every time I turn on the news and people turning Trump supporter into derogatory slang.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I hate how they take his words and twist it. It's crazy, man. I don't get it. And what else I don't get? I was reading in your comment section on your video you had uploaded of Hogan and people saying, "Oh, you're for Project 2025." I don't even know what that is, and I think Trump even said he's never heard of such a thing. People just like to start stuff and scare people away. It's crazy, man. It really is.
But now tell me that's not infuriating. Like,
Well,
just
yeah,
trying to give you a little back history here. Up until 2017, when Trump was finally put into office as president, I didn't give two shits about Trump. To me, he was just this clown that I looked at as a billionaire who was always in these Twitter wars with people, and it was so annoying.
right.
But in 2016, I'm like, okay, how the hell is this man with no political background going for the presidency? But at the same time, you got Hillary Clinton, someone who's been known to leak the identities of soldiers and get all these soldiers killed, also running. And I'm like, okay, this is a time where I kind of feel like the incoming president should have a third term when your two new president or two when your new Republican and Democratic candidates are not worthy. Now, once 2017 rolled around and Trump became president, I became indifferent to him. Now, as a soldier, I kind of feel like, show some damn patriotism, show some damn respect for the position and office he holds.
Right.
How many people outside this country are going to look at our news reports and our people on social media and see how we back our own presidency, our own freaking leader of the free world? That drives me insane how much hate this man gets.
All right.
And
Go ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say, you don't really notice it at the time when he's in office, but after he left office, unemployment rates were extremely low during his
That's
presidency.
what I was gonna say. What you're about to get into, I didn't care when Trump was when he ran the first time and won. I wasn't following him. I didn't really care about the man, But seeing it now, how good it was for prices, grocery shopping, gas prices. Um, we actually had respect around the world. We weren't a laughing stock. Um, the list goes on and on and on, and it infuriates me how it got this bad. And people still think that, they want Biden in office. I know he just dropped out of the race yesterday, which is hilarious. Not to mention, how is a man who, by the way, drops out of office, right, because he's not well, or drops out to run for presidency again because he's not well and all, but he's still our president for a few more months. That's pretty scary.
I didn't even hear that.
Yeah, he
That's
dropped
freaking news.
out yesterday evening. They said he's dropped out. So I surely hope that the Kamala, the cackle lady's not running. I mean, I don't know if they chose who's gonna be their runner now, if it's her or Gavin Newsom or who, but yeah, he dropped out of the race because he's not well and all, but yet he's still our president. That's pretty scary. They're admitting he's not well enough to be president again, but he's still our president for a few more months. Oof.
And that's I
Dude,
mean, I hate to make fun of the physically ill, but he's clearly senile. I mean,
oh,
he's like what,
of
80 years old?
course, dude. And that's the other thing. I get tired of them lying and people taking up for this man that he's not. I mean, that he's fine. He's been sick since day one. I can't tell you how many lies the man's been caught saying over the past few years. Said he was a truck driver. Uh, all kinds of stupid ass shit. Like, and you don't need to, if you like buying, that's fine, but admit that. You can look up and see he was lying. You can do a little research. He was never a truck driver. He grew up in a Latino family. Like, that was another thing he had said a couple years ago. Like, the dude is, if there's something wrong with him, man. There's something seriously wrong. And it scares the hell out of me to know this guy's got nuclear codes. But yet people are more
Oh,
worried about Trump being president because his tweets hurt my feelings.
mm.
Are you kidding me, dude? So let's
And
let
so I
Trump
don't.
go down the drain because you don't want a guy in office because he tells it like it is and he might hurt your little feelings.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not a big Trump guy, but I support someone who likes to keep our country, prices reasonable. I mean, why would you want a man in office who is going to increase everything just because he's not Trump? Like, I don't get that. I don't get it.
and I understand a lot of people
Ugh.
having a certain political party that they support. In 20 years or so that I've been eligible to vote for the presidency, I voted one time in my life.
Yeah.
And that was like 2000, the 2008 election. And I gotta be honest, for like an entire year, I kept hearing that Osama bin Laden was running for presidency. I kept hearing bin Laden, or no, I take it back. I wasn't hearing bin Laden. I was hearing Osama. I'm
Yeah.
like, why is Osama running for presidency?
I thought the same shit at first.
I, I never, I never heard the name Barack Obama before,
Me neither.
and
Supposedly, that's a whole nother thing in itself. That if you really want to go down the rabbit hole, that man's real name's Barry Sotoro, and he was
but
born.
yeah, I don't know who he was going against. Was it John Kerry or someone?
Who was that going?
I
Who
don't
was he
remember,
going against?
but
I don't
it was funny because, like I said, I never heard of him before, and when I because we're on deployment, so all the soldiers were given mail away ballots and whatnot, and I voted for someone on a party called the Green Party,
Yeah.
and I was reading about it, and it was like right in the smack in the middle of both Democratic and Republican Party. They kind of shared both values. So I'm like, okay, you know what? This person isn't going to win. Let me give them a vote just
Yeah,
because I had no idea who the other two guys were, anyways.
right. You know what kills me though? Not to go off track too much, but
Yeah.
I've been catching a lot of heat because I like Trump. Well, I've never been in my entire life. I'll be 41 in October. I've never been into politics up until these past few years. I've never. I didn't care who our president was. But when I started seeing what this president now has did and it affects me personally and it
Hmm.
has, I have a problem with that. I don't have a problem who the president is as long as it doesn't affect me. Once it affects me, then there's a problem here. And like I was saying, I've never been into politics up until Biden became president, and I started seeing everything going to shit. Everything. And that's when I got deep into this. I saw what Trump did his first term for this country, and of course, I'm going to support him because, things weren't this fucking crazy then. I don't care what anyone says they weren't. They weren't. So he's getting my vote again. I don't want to deal with this crazy, can't afford to get groceries, can't afford gas, everything's sky high, giving all this money away to other countries, open borders, which that's to me is the most important topic. I don't like that. No country should have open borders. How these people think that it's okay to have open borders baffles me. There's no security. So let's just have people come on over. We don't know who they are. We don't know what they're going to do. Are they good? Are they bad? Let's just have open borders. That's as stupid as shit. How some people think we should just let the borders go. So, being that Trump's so pro border, that's another reason he's going to get my vote. And it's funny how Biden, before he dropped out, what was it, 2 months ago? Oh, yeah, I think we're going to try to finish the wall. Didn't that party say about a year ago or two that the wall was racist? They wouldn't help fund the rest of the wall to be built that Trump needed. It was racist. Well, look at the country now. Look at the mess. We're going to have to spend another 4 years just to get everybody out that shouldn't be here. And I
Right.
hate how the left tries to twist that you're racist if you think that illegal immigrants should be deported. How is that racist? They should be. They didn't follow the law. They came here illegally. We don't know their backgrounds. If we just let everybody over, we wouldn't have a country.
It's funny because I've been talking about wanting to do a lot of adult themed discussions and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of moving away from wrestling and collections and stuff like that. Start talking about important topics, and that includes politics and some of it's not even political, but people are constantly turning things into, political thought processes, and that's not the case. Every time that somebody says something that another person disagrees with, oh, they must be a Trump supporter. And I'm like, look, dude,
Right. Yeah.
I've I've never once. I mean, I don't have a political party that I gravitate towards. Mostly because I could care less who the president is. Now, like you said, looking back after Trump left office and seeing the benefits then compared to now, yeah, I could say he did an amazing job for what he did.
Right.
The man's a billionaire for a reason. He had multiple successful businesses. Maybe moving away and not having that political mindset was actually a benefit for him because everything or everybody's trying to turn everything into politics and not having him not look at it from a political
And
standpoint.
not to mention him being rich, becoming president was, I think, good because he couldn't be bought.
Yeah,
You couldn't buy him. I feel a lot of
true.
our
Yep.
ex presidents, besides Trump, were bought. You know, willing to bend for other countries to better them if because they got kicked a little bit of money. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you kind of see that in
You couldn't buy Trump. He has all the money he needs. He doesn't need
you see that all the time with foreign leadership. They may have hated him, but they respected the hell out of him.
right.
But you kind of see like the way that they acted, interacting with other presidents. It's kind of a slap in the face the way that they like look at Biden recently. You have all of these political leaders banding together, taking a photo op. Again, I don't want to make fun of the man because he's old, he's losing his mind, but
Right. No. Yeah.
he's going off to the side, playing with birds and stuff. When everybody's over here taking photographs and banding together, I'm like, are you guys insane?
And I see. And I just where you just were at with saying you didn't want to attack him too much because he's old and all that. I want some people to understand. It's not like I just hate the man, and I'm all about Trump. There's a reason why I didn't want Biden back in office. Now that I know he's dropped out, he's not going to be, but there's a reason, okay? And that was like I said earlier. The guy doesn't know what day it even is. The lights on and nobody's home. You know, just everything's a mess. It was not like this under Trump. I don't understand why people just can't see that, and if they see it, why they can't just say you're right. I might not, why they can't say like if they don't like Trump. Well, I don't like Trump, but yes, it was this country was a lot better under him. I don't get why they can't be like that. My own mother, I hate to say this, but she voted for Biden, and I ask her all the time, why did you vote for him? You know what her answer is, and I see a lot of them say this is the reason
Just because she didn't want Trump as president.
I didn't want Trump because I don't like him. Well, why didn't you like him? Because he's immature and he puts mean tweets. Basically, that's what she said, mean tweets and all. I said, are you kidding me? So, because a man says how it is, doesn't sugarcoat it, doesn't care what people think, you don't want him president, even though he helped you save money when you bought groceries and all. You would rather pay way more money at the grocery store and for gas and keep a man out of office because you don't like him. You'd rather have someone else. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I just wish
But
people would
that's the
see
viewpoint
that.
of
I
tens of
don't
millions
get
of
it.
people.
I mean, isn't that like, I don't even, it's just the most insane thing in the world. You'd rather have someone in office who has prices through the roof because you don't like the other guy's tweets.
Mm.
I don't get it.
There's a funny thing on a nice little trend going on right now, and it makes me think about COVID. Now I don't know what side you fall on the whole COVID stance, but you have all these people not wanting to wear masks because it deviates from their ability to breathe. Apparently, doctors can do surgery and wear a face mask for 10 hours straight, but somebody can't wear a face mask for
Well,
an hour to go grocery shopping.
well, the reason I'm not a mask guy, and I don't like them because here's the thing: they've already proven that they don't. It doesn't stop anything unless you have a filtered mask on, a 3M mask. They've run studies that the germs just still there's you still catch the shit with the mask or without a mask, unless you got a special 3M mask on. So for that reason alone, I'm not a pro mask guy because there's no point in it.
I always kind of felt like if COVID never existed, and I think I talked about this on the channel before, COVID never existed, and you just walk into a post office one day and they got a sign: medical masks required to enter the building from this point forward. No reason, just their requirements.
I mean, it's
You,
their
you would,
right, I guess.
I mean, I would just feel like, you know what, they're asking you to do it. You don't like it, but if that's their requirements,
I mean, I get what you're saying, but here's the thing, though. If a business wants that requirement and there was no COVID, okay, that's their choice. If you want to go in their store and that's what they want you to do, then you have to follow their rules. But if you're going to compare it to a government place like USPS, they're government ran, taxpayer funded. They don't have the right to tell you that because
yeah.
they're taxpayer funded, which means the people have the say. But if it's a mom and pop shop and you want to go shopping and they have a sign saying you got to put a mask on to come in and shop, that's their right to say that. If you don't want to wear a mask, you don't go in there shop and shop. I get that.
But
But
I kind of bring up the
that whole
whole.
COVID thing is a whole nother story in itself, in my opinion. That whole thing, I could go crazy down the rabbit hole on that one. I feel that was ushered in to create this craziness to not let Trump win this last president election. Everything was going great until this COVID pops out of nowhere.
Mm.
If you look down the rabbit hole and look into it all, you'll see exactly what I'm saying. That's how they got the mail-in ballots to start going. And then Biden even said it matters who counts the votes. He said it twice. Now, has anyone else seen what I'm saying when he said it like that? It counts the votes. They can double count the same guy 3 times over, 4 times over. It matters who's counting them. Doesn't matter how many people voted for you. So I believe that that was ushered in to get the mail-in voting going, and then they could cheat to bring Biden into office, which is what they did, in my opinion.
If Biden really did drop out of the race for the next presidency,
He did.
I think it's simply because he realizes that after Trump survived an assassination attempt, that it's pretty much money in the bank that he's going to win the
Oh,
presidency.
dude, that was, in my opinion, the final nail in the coffin. That it was going to be a landslide win. Biden, it's still going to be a landslide win, in my opinion, especially if Kamala Harris is the one that they bring in to be their front runner. I mean,
And I don't know
who
crap
wants to vote
about
for a lady
Kamala Harris
who's
myself,
never had
so
experience, huh?
I don't know crap about Kamala Harris. So
She's worse than Joe Biden, and when I tell
mm,
you that, trust what I'm telling you. All she does is giggle and laugh and talk and says things like we're little 2-year-old kids. Like, listen, if you ever get time, watch the things she said to people. She talks to the audience like they're little children.
but there's a trend, and I talked about it with the COVID thing. People are too afraid to put a mask on their face for COVID, but you have the same asshole putting diapers on their ear to mock Trump. I mean, this man survived an attempt on his life, and their response is you missed, or to humiliate him and mock him by putting diapers and bandages and stuff on their ears. I'm like, to insult him.
Yeah, that's just sick. And not
I'm
to
like,
mention,
where the hell is your compassion?
right, and then they're saying on top of it, oh, that it wasn't real. How wasn't it real? Well, oh, it was faked. Come on now, man. Come on.
Oh yeah,
I've been reading
people are
that.
stupid.
Yeah, I mean,
That
how
right
is
there
that
drive me nuts.
fake, dude? Uh,
You're going to risk your own life because a few centimeters to the right, and that's a headshot.
right.
Okay, yeah. Why risk it? The presidency is not the most important thing in the world. He's going to donate all of the money he makes from that.
Right.
The presidency isn't going to give him any more power in life that he already has.
Right. And to be honest, before that happened, he, in my opinion, unless they cheat, he was gonna beat Joe Biden. I mean, like I said, the man doesn't know what day it is. There's no way he was losing. Now though that happened, it's a landslide win in my opinion, regardless of who they bring in. But what was I just gonna say about that whole situation with that? Now I lost my train of thought with what you were saying when I was telling you they said it was fake. I can't even remember now. I had a good ass example there, but I lost my train of thought.
Man, are you seeing these comments?
No, I'm sure. I was gonna tell you, people are gonna get all upset about this video. I mean, whatever.
No, this guy's screaming down here. I don't want that crap on here.
People have opinions. I don't. I can't read the chat. That's what I don't like either. The left doesn't want you to have your own opinion. You can vote for who you
Almost
want to
definitely.
vote for. If they don't like that you want to vote for Trump or you endorse Trump, I don't. Too bad. I don't understand why they think you don't have the right to say what you that you endorse someone. I don't get it.
And the funniest thing about it, I wasn't even consider. I didn't consider myself a Trump supporter, not even the slightest.
Same here. I didn't either
But
until I started seeing Joe Biden make a mess out of everything.
there's that. I see what as president what he did that was beneficial. Plus, I can be very petty at times, and all of these idiots coming onto my and spamming my comment section, calling me a Trump supporter just because I make videos about important topics.
I would say
It's
I am. I do
I'm
support him
like,
because I like
you know
cheap
what?
gas prices and grocery prices.
Yeah, if I wasn't a Trump supporter before, these commenters are trying to steer me away from it are
Oh,
making me one.
exactly. Exactly. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you gotta know. What I was gonna say earlier, and I don't mean to change the subject. I just remembered what I was gonna say earlier with the them saying that shot was faked. First of all, I don't know how they think that, but what I was gonna say was, if people can't see that this man is anointed by God, then they'll never see. I mean, to not for that to miss that man's head is a miracle. You know what I mean? It's insane. I don't get how nobody can still see that Trump is got to be the right one for this country. You know, I mean, it's just you know that God was watching him that day, and if he was such a bad person and all this, do you really think that that bullet wouldn't have missed? I believe that God's watching his back. That should make everybody open their eyes to see that he's the right candidate. If you want to be on the wrong side of history, then vote against Trump. That's all I'm going to say on that one. And if people don't like it, too bad. I like grocery prices being cheap. If that makes me a bad guy, then so be it. Under Biden, they're sky high. We've got inflation that's worse than it's ever been. You know, all this shit. I want prices to go down. That's my main reason, and I want the borders fucking closed. Period, as Kamala says after she's done talking. Period. Period. And I want a man to know what day it is.
Mm. I'm just thinking because I knew there were multiple assassinations. I was actually missing one. So Abraham Lincoln was one. Garfield was another one. I don't think I mentioned him. So Garfield, um, William McKinley,
I didn't know Garfield
and
was one.
Kennedy. So Kennedy was like the only Democratic Party. But you look at everybody else; they're all Republican. And I'm just kind of thinking about that. Probably a few days, probably actually just right after Trump was shot at. I'm like, damn, why is it all of these Republicans are always targeted? Back in elementary school, when they try to teach you about about democracy and they teach you about the different parties, they always teach you that democracy or the Democratic Party was in support of the people, where Republican Party was in support of big business. So from childhood, they're trying to persuade you to be a Democrat. And I'm like, okay.
I don't get that either.
And I'm like, as a kid, you're thinking it's for the person and not the business. I'm like, you know what? That's exactly what it should be. So everybody should be Democratic Party. But as you get older and you realize how stupid a lot of stuff is, just voting for a certain party because, oh, well, that's how you always voted. Not voting for the best person for the job.
Right. See, I've always been about who's the best for the job. I've never been a Republican or Democrat. I've always been an independent. Um, I vote for who's doing the best job, and it's that simple. You know, everybody should be.
But
And
yeah, I
another
kind of
thing, I
thinking
don't
like,
go too far off subject, but people don't remember this, or even, or they don't really remember this. We're a constitutional republic, not a democracy. Some people can say, "Oh, it's the same thing." It's really not if you look into it. The national anthem even says, to this republic for which it stands, one nation under God." We're a constitutional republic. A lot of people keep saying, even the president say democracy, democracy. It's two different things, really, if you really, really want to break it down. But anyway, all I want to say is I just wish people would stop hating that people want to vote for Trump because they feel that's the right choice. They can see it is. I mean, I don't know how someone can persuade me otherwise. You know what I mean? Like I said earlier, the price thing alone I wasn't paying this kind of money under Trump for stuff. I'm on disability. I only get a hundred and like $60 a month on my EBT grocery card. And that nowadays I'm getting like 3 TV dinners, a couple boxes of cereal, and that's it. And then all the money's gone. I mean, seriously, I don't get much. I want to be able to afford some food. And under Biden, I'm not going to, or whoever now his frontrunner is going to be probably. So I'm going to vote for someone where I can afford more food. It's that simple.
yeah, $160. I look at that, I'm
I
like,
get
hold on a minute. That's like,
$160 a month. And for those who want to hate and go, well, get a job, I can't. I'm on disability. I have sick, I'm sick. I can't work. I could maybe get a job 2 days a week part time, it says I can do. but I don't have transportation. So
That's
there's
like
no way for me to do that.
that's like a week's worth of groceries right there at most,
Yeah,
week
that's
and a half.
all. Right, and that's another reason why I want Trump back in office. I was able to get more groceries for that little bit of money I get.
Mm. So I'm trying to think any more topics for this particular video.
I just hope people don't give you too much hate on this because you have your opinion, and I know you, Matt. You're not a Trumper. You're voting. You see the problems here, and you're trying to pick the lesser of two evils, in my opinion.
I just want to select the best man for the job, right?
Right. And I
And
mean, and another thing is, you're like you said earlier, you're a veteran, dude. You fought for this country and for the rights that we have here. If I was in your shoes, I'd be offended right now at what's going on in this country under Biden. And
oh,
I would be
absolutely. Like
doing anything to get
when
that man out of office. They kneel at
when
the national anthem. They promote the bullshit. Um, they don't let kids. They say it's racist to sing the national anthem in schools now. When
stupid.
we were in school, I had to every morning in elementary school. They would get on the intercom and they would tell us to stand up, and we would have to go to the flag that was in our classroom in the corner, put our hand over our heart, and
Pledge
we all
allegiance.
had to sing the national anthem over with the intercom principal. Nowadays, they don't do that. They say that that's racist and hateful and all that because not everybody believes them. I don't remember the whole thing, but this wasn't going on under Trump either. So I'm saying
No,
if I was
our
in your shoes, I would be extremely offended at what's going on in this country, being an ex-veteran.
yeah, man, our elementary school, we had the Star Spangled Banner like music play, and then we did the Pledge of Allegiance afterwards.
Yep.
I doubt that's still happening in schools
No,
today.
it's not. I heard it's not. Now I can't say every single school is not doing it, but I'm pretty sure that none of them are doing it anymore. This has been for a few years now. But and we don't have the what's the word I'm looking for? Nobody in this country's have what's the word where you're happy to be an American and all you what's the word I'm looking for?
Pride.
Pride. The pride is gone out the window under Biden. I mean, we got people. This is a big thing too. A lot of the leftists are supporting Syria. Like, why are we even supporting? Why are we always talking about other countries here under Biden? Why don't we start worrying about America? It's a whole other thing that bothers me.
Yeah, my dude, that's like a whole nother video. That's like a 3 hour conversation in of itself.
I just don't get it, man. If someone
The
ran
the main the main
against Trump,
topic,
huh?
yeah, the main topic for this video, man. I I appreciate you getting on here and talking with me because I just this is like one of those things that's just so frustrating that I just had to get on here and like make a live video to talk about some stuff.
Well, I mean, it's a ballsy thing. You're gonna have haters, that's for sure, though. So, I mean, but hey, I don't care about the haters, man. I just wish
Like
people would wake up,
you
or
see
people would
and
stop
hear,
caring what other people think, huh?
yeah, you see and you hear all these darn comments and stuff. It's
I've
like
read a couple of just yours today. I couldn't respond because I'm on a YouTube suspension today in the morning. But you posted a video of Hulk doing an amazing speech.
that's the
Okay,
thing, man.
let's get all upset because Hulk Hogan did a speech that's great, and it was, and you posted a video of it. Okay,
And that's the thing, man. It's
that's why this
my
video's being made now.
yeah, and that's my childhood hero right there.
Right.
Okay, regardless of who he was supporting, he could have been talking about I don't know Tom Cruise, whoever.
Yeah.
Pick a random name. That he gave an amazing speech, and I wanted to post a video about Hogan, namely, and secondly about the awesome speech he gave.
Right.
And everybody has to. Now, yes, it was a political speech because it was
Yeah,
about
but the thing is,
Biden,
like,
but
I know what you're getting
or
at.
or Trump,
You
but
like to cover wrestling stuff, right?
yeah,
He's an ex wrestler, the biggest name in wrestling. You were just kind of adding, here's my childhood favorite wrestler, and he did a speech. Yes, it's political, but I want to put it on here because it's still wrestling associated, and then everyone jumps on about it. That's why you and I are doing this video now.
Either the vomit and calling him name. I'm like, I hate that.
It's just
You
bullshit,
know,
man. I just don't get why people can't go, okay, if you want to vote for Trump, cool, whatever. I don't like him, but whatever. Or
hey, but you
I
know
don't
what?
care. If someone wants to vote for Biden, go ahead. I'm just going to say I don't get it because
There is
we
this
have high prices in this country and
there's
borders.
this TikToker. She goes around and she's like, "Hey, who you voting for?" And people are like, "Oh, are you voting for Trump?" Well, yes, I am. And they're calling her a racist and supremacist because she's voting for Trump. He had a perfect response. Because she's like, "Are you voting for Biden?" Oh, yes, I am. He called them pedophiles because the son of a gun has a habit of molesting and kissing on small children. I'm like, heck yeah. From now on, that's my response to people who want to sit there and call me a Trump supporter or in a derogatory term. Like it's bad thing to try to support probably the best man for the job.
When they say it to me, all I say is, well, okay, if he's so racist, can you show me what he said that was so racist? Because I'd love to know. And then if they can actually show me some stuff, okay, which I haven't seen, I can go, okay, well, what about all those things Biden had said, before he even was vice president that we still have video of him saying? What about the things him saying, white, what did he say about something about white kid or poor kids or not something about white kids and poor kids or something where he was talking about black people. I mean, the list goes on. The man in his daughter's journal that people have, it says that his daughter wrote in there that his Biden used to shower with her up until the age of 14. I'm serious. They won't let
Uh,
the diary get out, but it's some people have seen it. She has a diary, and in there it said her father used to shower with her when she was a preteen and teenager and shit. And I'm
Phone
not
breaking
saying it's
action.
true, but why is it in the diary? And secondly, why is
Gotcha,
the man
bud.
always sniffing people's hair like little girls? Like, it's so fucking weird. Could you imagine if Trump was doing some shit like that?
Mm.
The double standards. Could you imagine? People would be all over the place. Oh my God, Trump sniffed her hair. Uh, they're so what's the word? Joe can get away with it, but Trump, oh God, what's that word I'm looking for?
What's that?
I'm saying the left, the Democrat Party, if Trump did half of what Joe Biden did, could you imagine the shit that he would get? Seriously,
Absolutely.
they allow
Yeah.
Joe to get away with everything. I could not imagine if Trump was sniffing girls' hair and shit. Could you imagine the shit he get would have got? But yet Joe can do it, right?
But you know what? If
It's weird. I would call Trump out if he was doing some shit like that and I saw it.
absolutely,
I'm
absolutely.
not biased. I would. I'd say, okay, no.
But you see, that's the difference between people. I don't want to say with half a brain, but when you get on there and people are like, "Oh, I'm going to vote for Biden for no other reason because it's Joe
Non-brain.
Biden," like, what the hell? What does that mean? That's just a name. That's just a person. What about his politics do you like? What what programs has he instituted? What has he done for the public that has made being an American better? At least you got examples for Trump. And like I said, I wasn't even a fan of Trump as a human being, but I gotta respect what he did as president.
Right. And I mean, it's that simple. I mean, we can. It boils down to that in a nutshell. You know, we had better policies, and things were more secure. And I'm gonna vote for the man, whoever it is. His name could be fucking. I don't know anything. He's got good policies. I'm voting for him. It's that simple. So I'm gonna leave it at that. If the left
Right.
don't understand it, then I don't know what to say about that. I I just wish they would stop talking shit. Because, like you said earlier, the people who really aren't decided on a party, you're just making them want to be more Republican by talking all this shit because they want to vote for a Republican who has good policies. By all this shit they're saying, like the people, you're those people are just pushing you towards the Republican Party for the future. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So I don't get why they don't see that. But whatever, man.
But I think this is a good spot to end the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're hovering around almost
I got to
45
get
minutes.
my
So,
computer set up for next time. I got to get the viruses wiped off. I have a hard time sitting still, and it's pouring out here today. So next time we'll try to be a little organized and shit.
yeah, man. If this does pretty
And we,
well,
we we winged this, by the way. This a lot of
oh,
people when they do these YouTube videos, they literally plan this shit weeks ahead of time. They write down shit. They have questions and all in front of them. We're just winging this off the top of our heads, dude.
and I think it went by pretty smoothly.
No, it did. I mean, a little bit of issues with the internet in the beginning and all,
Yeah,
but hopefully the video isn't making a beeping or whatever you said sound through the whole thing when you upload it or when it's done. But
but either way, at least I think some solid points were made.
I mean, yeah. I mean, sorry if we might have went over the same thing in different scenarios, but again, we just wing this and all. Next time, I might write some notes down, but there's a lot more reasons than what we just said, you know.
Yeah, man. And if you have any topics of discussion, definitely hit me up.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying if anyone watches this video and they actually have good points for Biden, please bring them up, man. Or have questions. I would be happy to do a part two and read those. And if any of the stuff is uh, good in his favor, even though he's not running anymore, or for the Democrat Party, I'll admit it. I mean, I'm not biased. If there's something people can actually bring up that's legitimately has a point that the Democrat Party has did that's good recently or whatever, I will admit that. And if you guys want and try to talk me out of voting for Trump, please do. I'm open. But I don't think there's anything you can say that's going to make me come over to that side of the party there because I just don't see it. So anyway, I'm open for that. I don't want people going into this going, oh, they're already. They say we drink. That's what they say. Keep drinking the Kool Aid. They say Trump supporters drink this special
Oh
Kool
God.
Aid. Yeah. So anyway,
All right, bud. To all
all
the viewers
right.
out there, we got Kirk with Kirk's Corner, Matthew, Waddy's channel. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And until next time,
All right, man.
take care,
Peace.
everybody.
Bye.